Hi there, Friday, one of the craziest episodes of the kind that you like, meaning testing. Over the 4 years of Four Wheels Lovers, I've been waking up with many visions. I'm not talking about wet dreams here, rather visions like, what if we drain the engine oil but use Ceramzer, whose manufacturer promises that you can still make a number of Ks. I checked it out. I also checked what distance a car can make with no oil at all. And it made more than the one with the Ceramzer. Coincidence? I'm not the one to say. Then one day I woke up, and you remember the Corsa filled with plant oil instead of engine oil, which made immeasurable distances, many racetrack hours and much more. Then we made the episode with Kickster and Robert from TuneUp, where we drove on various oil substitutes. There was the Corsa, there was margarine, and there was lard. Then there was the memorable final episode with WD-40 instead of oil, which didn't end well for our Twingo machine. This episode is entirely for you guys, so make some noise and share it, let it travel far and wide. I don't know how it happened. Once you decided to pour washing up liquid instead of oil, which seemed a bit weird. 2 days ago we are talking about it and Patrick goes, what if we use milk? Cow's milk. A lot of fat. It could work, right? Remember that oil has two main functions in the engine. The first is lubrication. The second is heat dissipation. So I figured that cow's milk indeed has a lot of fat. So today's protagonist is the Peugeot 206, which served as a replacement car in my garages for more than 2 years. Our clients did not spare it. Alas, it got caught by biodegradation and economically, it makes no sense to repair it. We did some work on the engine for the needs of the episode with the flamer kit, which we still have by the way. I decided not to wreck it just yet and check what will happen if we pour in some OMO 50. The presenter told a joke and now he's the only one laughing. But the milk has been obtained yesterday straight from a cow. Check it out. You will surely ask the question why. As you all know, sometimes it's good to let off some steam, do something stupid just for the sake of it. Why not? But if we want to do this test properly, we need to clear the engine from oil. I will not only drain it, I will rinse it off with gasoline and solvent, so that there is no trace of it. I will install a new oil filter and then I will pour the milk. Then I will turn on my GoPro and we will drive. And you can already place bets on the distance we'll make on this oil. Those who have watched the episodes with WD-40, plant or other oils will ask, why do you call milk oil? Because this is OMO 50. You expected various results and the cars made from 30 to over 100 Ks. There was even a car running on water, I forgot to mention that. We gave up after some 30 Ks and we didn't kill it. But then the guys set it all apart on the junkyard and the bearing shells were sticky already. We will check its milk tolerance and whether the milk doesn't turn into cream and the cream into butter. I will put some solvent in 30 minutes. Then I drain it and rinse it through the crude oil. You're not supposed to do that at home, but, well... Half a can? No, we go all in. Yummy. What are these cables? From our flamer kit, of course. There is no oil and no filter either. Honestly, I've never washed the engine so well for an experiment. So let's pour some crude oil, just so that we don't seize up the engine at the start. I want the pump to do at least a couple of cycles. Then, when everything is drained, we will install the filter and pour O-50. Nice performance with crude oil. Put it to 3000 RPMs. Whoa, Andrzej, I think that's it. Okay, we are not rinsing it again. It's all clear. Now we need to grease the seal. What? With milk? No, with O-50. I must say I have a good feeling about these experiments. I don't know. This is real milk, not some imitation. Whoa, missed. What was the capacity here? 4 liters? We will pour some extra. This is the craziest thing I've done. True, there was someone who used WD-40, and I gave it a try, so I will spare some for later. I wonder if the oil pressure won't pop up and turn it all off. Time to wipe this thing, put on the GoPro and drive. Sounds very smooth, with an almost milky quality to it. Okay, let's drive this thing. Back out, Cuba. Seconds pass. Driving on the Milky Way. This big milk was a good idea. Okay, just in case. There we go. Second camera. The meter is reset. I'm going to use it from time to time. I haven't driven in a while. This clutch is perfection. Some weird noises. So that you know, I have an extinguisher, and if something falls down from under, I will clean it up. But there is no oil in the engine, no harm for the environment. Talk to you soon. There's a smoke behind me. I don't know what happened. Maybe it will pass. Oops. There goes the engine, after 2 kilometers. Something just popped. I will try to pull over. Good thing it's downhill now. Clouds of smoke. Oil pressure signal is on. But what's the smoke? I don't know. I have to pull over. Does it mean we have a record and the French engines can take it? Something bad has happened here. Oil pressure. Fight, baby. There's a stop flashing too. Jesus, don't switch off now. What's going on here? Oh man, let me just get back to the garage. Nope, it's that. That's no good. I will pull over here. No power steering. Not good. It makes me sad. Maybe it's something else. The end. The pistons are screwed. Well, this is bad. I have to call the team with the ram. Just so you know, I made... Even with water, it was more. 3.1 kilometers. The feeling when you see the right size car for this kind of task. I don't know. It just happened. I don't know. Who drives the beastie? I hope they don't tear off my front. It looks like there's no power now. Maybe it's something else. It was an agonizing car. Let's not give up on it yet. This engine is not going to live long. But it started. It just had no power. That's so lame. I mean, I'm really curious what happens. Fact number one. We had never rinsed the engine so well that not a drop of oil was left. Normally, we'd just drain it, that's all. All the tests shown on TV were always the same. Open the drain plug and so on. You know, there's always some oil left. But what happened here? I don't know. Błażej, do you feel like taking this engine apart with me? Will it take long? No, we won't be putting it back together. What about you? You want it, right? I don't get it because, theoretically, well, I don't know what happened. We will see. Let's take it apart. Some of the milk went through the oil separator. I don't know what happened. We don't want to make any guesses. Let's see the filter. Show them how the valve cover looks. This means the milk arrived to the right places. The engine is soaked. Worst case scenario, I'm not giving up, and it could happen that when I get a chance, I will check out this method again. I don't like failures, just like anybody else. So the airflow started to be so big that, check this out. The milk started to reach the filter, but this doesn't mean anything actually. We have to rip out the cylinder head, get the pistons out to check the rings. Oh boy. Cylinder head. At the first glance, fruit's still warm. Doesn't look like anything special's happened there. I'm starting to wonder what it really was. Well, I don't know. Now we are going to have some milkos out of the sump. Then we get the pistons out. So what happened there? You can't tell me the engine wasn't cleaned properly. There was seizing here for sure. This grey thing, it's got thicker, it's whole fat. What went wrong? Look, according to my theory, it was supposed to work. Here on the wall, see? See how much fat there was? Let's take out the parts which had the most strain, pistons and cranks. The oil pump looks quite okay. I mean, the milk pump in this case. You can zoom in on that. There's nothing special there. I don't know. Let's keep digging. I'm surprised that the bearing shells don't look too bad. But what's interesting is that my finger almost sticks to it. So something got separated from that milk here. It's very hard to turn the shaft. Through we can't be sure if there had been no abrasion earlier. We hadn't dismantled the engine before, but I'm curious about the pistons and why it let out this white cloud. I know there was the symptom we've seen many times in cars driven with no oil at all. That everything just got swollen and the pistons couldn't move anymore, so... Look at this. What the hell is happening? A piston stuck like that? Okay, I don't need to keep searching for the reason. Look what happened with the rings. Whatever separated from the milk clogged the rings in place, clogged the oil filter. Everything got stuck together and the pistons couldn't move. That's why the engine couldn't make it. Let's check if it's the same in another one. Look here. Something strange started to happen here. Let me dismantle them one by one. Same here. But this bashing makes me wonder why there is suddenly so much rust. Water. Stinks. Same here. I will take the piston ring out. That's one great piston ring. I will take a part of it out then. There's an obvious theory about it, but I can tell you we wouldn't dare to reuse these parts. Just remember that the engine had its history already, so maybe the milk is not the only culprit. Let's see the engine block. Look what happened to the shaft. All these elements here are covered with this sticky substance. Interesting. The seal is what it is. It all got stuck and overheated. So let's sum it up. That's the healthiest solution. Let's honor the Peugeot with a minute of silence. May it serve as a parts donor on the junkyard. It sure earned its own life. Summing up, I can only say that I'm not entirely satisfied. You've seen the previous tests and the most distances, and the distances done by other cars. On the other hand, there were no traces of oil left, so... Either we repeat all the tests, you'll have to decide, or this fella here was in a bad shape from the start, because it overheated immediately. Second thing, the milk separated, though I'm not a scientist or a chemist, and I don't have any on my team at the moment, into some substance that did no less than seal the pistons, preventing their up and down movement. The white smoke you saw was probably due to the rings getting clogged. It all started to burn. The milk started to burn. So what can you do? We didn't get to play as much as you would want. Leave a comment saying what you would like to try instead of oil. When I have another chance, I have another car on which I will be showing you stuff in the next few weeks. Making pistons and shaft lighter, moving the shutoff to the extreme. If the car survives, we will be able to test it with something again. So, did you enjoy yourselves like I did? So give us a thumbs up and share the video. Write about what you want to see in the Smash or Trash series. See ya!